clearly appointing this, acha niongelea hao watatu, Kabogo, Kagwe and that other fella Kenyanjui. You can see Kenyanjui ni ametoka Nakuru, Kabogo ni Kiambu, Mutahi Kagwe I think ni Nyeri. This is a play to assuage Mount Kenya, to try and cut Mount Kenya from the perceived grip of Gachagua and his troops, our politicians wengine allies wake. But remember, this is a country we are talking about. They are treating this country, these political dynasties, na tuliona na Raila, they're treating this country as ni kama a private company. Now, all of these appointees, acha kwanza tuongelee huyu jamaa anaitwa Conman. There are many unanswered questions from his time at transport and his time at sports. Now, for all his accountability, I'm not very surprised because you saw what happened to Kindiki. Kindiki, after superintending that ministry, the interior, na venye wali handle the protests in June and subsequently, he was technically promoted to deputy president for all that wrong. As in, you see where I'm going with this. You do something wrong, but government rewards you. Now, Kipchumba Murkomen is being promoted or is being given a bigger portfolio than what is currently managing. But if you look at Article 73 of the Constitution on how public power or public office is supposed to be handled, and how leaders and state officers are supposed to conduct themselves. Article 73 usema authority assigned to a state officer, like to Ruto for that matter, is a public trust, and I'm reading verbatim the Constitution, is a public trust to be exercised in a manner that is consistent with the purpose of the Constitution. Roman 2 demonstrates respect for the people. Sasa hata tukisimamia tu hapo, but demonstrates respect for the people. I do not think that Ruto's moves are a show of respect to the people. The authority is a public trust to be exercised in a manner that, Roman 4, promotes public confidence in the integrity of the office. Now, and there are many other considerations that Ruto should have taken into account before making these moves. But clearly, ameamua he'll do what he wants, and all of us can go to hell. The whole concept of elections and democracy is we put you there so that you do what we want. Hata kama tunataka tukisema leo Kenya tuifunge, tugawane, twende home. If we go to a referendum and say that's what we want, that is what the government should do. It should and let me not say the government, elected representatives. So MPs in parliament, mkiwaambia msivote fulani in a certain way, they should listen. Now, let's fast forward what will happen. These people will be taken to parliament. We all know what will happen to parliament. Parliament haina akili. They will rubber stamp these people. They will be appointed before probably the end of January. My reaction is that these nominations are first of all unconstitutional because they do not comply with your Article 73 nimesema. Ruto is not exercising presidential authority in a manner that promotes that demonstrates respect for the people or promotes integrity in cabinet as well as the presidency. And we must resist these matters because even if we don't say we are fighting for our lives, let's even say we are fighting for this constitution. What interpretation does Article 73 mean? When the constitution is commanding the president to act in a manner that demonstrates respect for the people, and he doesn't do it, and nothing happens to him. Hatuwezi kuwa tunashinda kila mwaka kazi yetu ni complain. And clearly the courts aren't doing anything. Parliament, which actually is in a position to stem these matters, is clearly actually dysfunctional. It is not functioning. It is not doing what it's supposed to do to oversight. Now, we are stuck because kutoa huyu jamaa, the fastest, the constitutional way of removing him perhaps today is waeke ICBC. We recall MPs to such an extent that Parliament ceases to function. Because Parliament has 290 members. If we are able before, hopefully, if we don't know, but if say ICBC is constituted, our commissioners were cool. If we recall 100 MPs, there's no quorum. Yeah, because quorum ya 290 ama hata ukiweka 343 ukiongezao ma women rep nini is around 150. So we recall these people en masse. We have to go to an election with tuweke MPs wetu wenye tunaweza watoe ujamaa. Because now what is this man? And things
Gitonga, yes. Just only yes. to guide you. Yes. You are giving a very powerful submission. Lakini unaona that system that you are talking to ICBC. Now we are in 2025. Okay?
Yes.
Only 2 years to 2027. We even don't have ICBC in place. ICBC in place kitambo akuje, then unasema unatoa MP, unatengeneza signatures, because we know that every institution now is compromised and ICBC will not be an exceptional. Then wataanza kukwambia verification of signatures inachukua 3 months, inachukua 6 months before signatures zikuwe verified, and then niende to this process. You know, it will take us even that 2 years will not be enough. So I don't see how we should even lie to ourselves that now that system is going to work for us. But you can, yeah.
I am not supposing that the system would work. I'm saying that there's a constitutional mechanism that can get us the results we want very fast. Now, what you're saying, it is true that they will definitely put a lot of roadblocks and hurdles in the process of recalling MPs. But I can say here without fear of like contradiction. Ile siku commissioners watakuwa, there are 2 constituencies niko sure watafile petitions are recall immediately. That ule MP wa uko kwa Gashagu, that I think that Mathera constituency, I think it's called Wamombi, and this other MP wa Limuru, as in, yeah, because literally those people are the constituents of the people of those constituency are done with those MPs. And as soon as one MP like this is recalled, it will open an avalanche of recall petitions. Now, in terms of how to channel public pressure on government, I propose that we press government to install ICBC. Tupange maandamano, tupange civil, tupange everyone. The message becomes one. Because they won't change. Nothing will change. You can't tell me that Kipchumba Murkomen, who failed at transport, who is directly responsible for the Adani mess and many other things, will do better at interior. But I yield. This is a conversation of many, but it is a very sad. Mwaribu Christmas yangu bwana.
Kati nampatia Yasa ndio tukuje kwa buka ni kuwa for the earlier speaker that I want to agree that yes, the streets are calling, but which is the easiest? Should we go to the street to demand for ICBC, or should we go to the street and to go direct to the target that we demand dissolution of parliament and immediate resignation of President William Ruto? Which one is more easier for us? Should we go step by step, or should we go to the root cause of the problem? So, wacha tusikie from Yasa.
Niajema guys, this is disappointing Friday. Anyway, one thing that me as Asema have noted, or you guys have not noted, Ruto has sensed fear. The things that people have been saying, Ruto listens to nobody, he's a one-man show, he's trying to bring a team that can defend him. So he's facing fear. Hizi vitu zote zenye mnaona anafanya, he's trying to create political block that can help him, because he's seen the country is not with him. So we need to push these issues, because hizi ni porojo, hizi zenye tunaoneshwa hapa, hizi reshuffling of sijui nani anaekwa wapi. We all know these are jokes that we are being played, but the guy has sensed fear. That is. Number 2, I think Gitonga, you've straight to say, but vitu umesema ni vizuri. I feel like Fabish, kwenda kwa streets is the way to go, and we need to go to the street on the issue of ICBC. Remember, anyway, mimi ni perception yangu, When we go to the streets as IEBC, it will be easier for us to really flock in that place. Lakini if we go like removing Kasongo and the way he feels threatened, hujama atatumaliza. But the idea of IEBC being formed, hatutachoka sisi kama Wakenya to go door by door every day for these signatures. These signatures collect and we will go and recall these MPs. I think this is one of the biggest fear that they have. That's why they are delaying in forming the IEBC, because wanajua people now can go back home, petitions can be written. We have ideas of KOT when umetuonesha hapo hivi the petitions. We can write these things and come back and request for justice, because this vitu tunaletewa hapa hivi ni ujinga. All this reshuffling, all this mambo na the way Bill Gates is playing us, the way tunachezwa na Grammy Awards, all this ni kutuchanganya. Let's not lose our focus. After all, hizi deals zishamekiwa. The billions have already been eaten. But we have to form IEBC, something that is still there and we need it. Because kina Irungu Kangata hawezi kuwa tu wanarusha mdomo hivyo, because they know all these things. They know there is no IEBC, nobody can call them.
Yasa kidogo tu dakika moja. Ndio uendelee na hiyo submission. Napenda vile unaongea. Nataka nikuulize. Tumekuwa disappointed na judiciary, tumekuwa disappointed na parliament. Why are we all of a sudden so sure kuwa IEBC itakuja na ndio itakuwa mwokozi, kwamba sasa itakuwa ni rahisi, tunaenda tu ku recall MPs na IEBC wanatusaidia? Why are we convinced kwamba the way judiciary has disappointed us, the way parliament has disappointed us? Remember, parliament is comprised of more than 300 people. Now, IEBC that have only 9 commissioners, that you think they will not be compromised, waje watuzungushe. We are all of a sudden so convicted kuwa ati wacha IEBC wakuje ndio tunaweza ku bring changes. Do you think that IEBC itakuwa immune more than parliament and judiciary?
Fabish, if you can remember, people used to give faith on judiciary. So it's step after step. Unajua hizi njia ambazo the country, the president is saying we are causing anarchy. Me, I really love the way we are moving. We might not have gotten there, but tunajaribu njia zote. Let's try this IEBC, let it fail. We entered parliament, it failed. We trusted in judiciary, it has failed. We trusted in the opposition, they failed us. Now we're trusting with only one tool and imebaki the IEBC. They lose our trust, then we go to the big head, because all these avenues we need to give information, tunafaa tupeane info so that to see we are not hit or we are causing propaganda or we are coming up with words that doesn't make sense. We need clarity, and I really love my last submission. We started with Occupy Parliament. We went to the judiciary. Let's use the judiciary to probably make the things go right. They messed up. We went to now, say tunataka IEBC. I'm sure IEBC is going to mess up. And then we're going to be left with only one thing, because we've tried all these missions. Remember, this guy will use all his...
So now, yasa sababu umesema. So instead of us kufanya gambling, pata potea, what is wrong if we just go straight? That's why I ask you, why can't we go direct for the target now? Kwani tena tungoje IEBC tufanya pata potea, and yet we know kwamba 80% is to fail? Why can't we just go straight away and say no, enough of this crap? Why should we continue to suffer tukifanya pata potea?
That's a fact that inafaa Wakenya wote tuendelee kusensitize one another, especially now that people are in Christmas. We all have our families at home. Let's tell them who Ruto is.